Here we go. Happy Friday. Happy weekend. Christ is King. Welcome to episode 223. Your favorite D list actor. Coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona, where the weather is just magical. Spent most of the week hanging out in the backyard when I had my free time, and today took the puppies for a long walk. Sometimes they get a little rowdy and a little rambunctious. And now that the weather is nice enough to where their pawpaws don't get burnt on the sidewalk, Shannon in the house, hello from Michigan. I decided to take them for this is like 2 weeks in a row that they got to go to the park. So I took them the long way, ran the long way, and then they hadn't been on the other side of the park yet. So I took them to each. Hey, mom. Oh, Johnny Soto in the house, my brother. What is up, Aberdeen? And of course, Ireland. What's up with that? That was beautiful. That was like the best ever. I love that so much. Thank you guys for having me. That will always be in my heart. I love that. Love it. Love it. Love it. Loved it. Anyway, got off course, took the puppies out, and just took them to each big old giant patch of green grass. Let them run, go crazy, everything. Tried to wear them out. Took them a long way, all the way back home. Get them to the house. As soon as I let them in, what's going down? What is good? This is what I'm talking about. And Melinda as well. 7 watching live. We got 2 likes. Puppies had an absolutely amazing time, but they're worn out now. This is what I was hoping because the wife's got some stuff going out with her friends tonight, and so that just keep the puppies from being rowdy. I was like, I gotta run them. I gotta run them hard. Yes, sir. Sean B is in the house. Had to run them hard. They are all passed out now on the couch. We got 8 watching live. We got 3 likes. Like I said, the weather has been beautiful. Got my run on this week. Everything felt great. And then on Thursday, like all my workouts, on Thursday, hit the squats, no problem. I went really light, because the back had been an issue. And then got on the leg extension, second set in, knee was like, nah, not having it. And then starting today, every time I try to come up the stairs, it's like, oh, dude, why? Why does it hurt so much? But it's weird because only when I go up the stairs. I don't know. So I got to rest it. So Larry in the house from the ER. What you mean from the ER? What you doing in the ER? You got a job there? You deliver a soup? What's going on? Hit me on the phone if you have to. 11 watching live. We got 4 likes. This is insane. We got 11 people watching live. This is absolutely crazy. But otherwise, workouts are good. Knees sore. All right. And my aunt Laura in the house. It's Friday. Yes, it is. What? It's snowing? That's crazy, man. That living out there, that is just amazing. Living in the real frontier. No, it's still in the 80s here in Phoenix. So you know what I'm saying? It is absolutely beautiful. Hey, here's some other great stuff other than my hair growing out for that role that I have in February for my birthday. The Capstone ASU. What? Well, we'll get into that. I had a monster audition this week. As you know, a few months ago, uh, might be even 5 or 6 months ago, I went ahead and it was this summer. That's when it was. I went ahead and let all of my agents know that I'm not going to be needing their service right now because my focus right now is 80 and 60s in Reno because my focus is film school, and that's where I got to put all my focus into. So they're like, cool, we parted ways, everything was good. And then on Monday, I got you, Larry, I see it. And then on Monday, I get a request for a role for CBS, a new CBS pilot that's coming out, and it's for an older military guy in his 40s. And I was like, yo, this is cool. But the thing was, it was submitted to my agent. They still had me down as having this one agent. So the agent submitted me. They were like, oh yeah, this is our guy. Don't worry, because they were like, hell yeah, we'll get you that gig if we can. And so yeah, it was really cool to audition for a major network again. Last time I did that was when I had the General Hospital audition, which was it was a 3-pager, and it was a dad. He comes to the ER to find his son, and he's like losing his stuff, and then it's like his emotional roller coaster on 3 pages. That was a tough audition. This one, it was a military officer, so it wasn't that tough. I put my gear on, I came in, did the scene to the best of how I've read the scene itself. I appreciate that. And yeah, I felt good about it, but it's all good. I mean, when you're going for a role like that on a CBS thing, you're probably up against at least 100 other people going for the same role. And if they don't know who you are, then your chances are a little bit more limited. But yeah, it was just fun to do. It just I hadn't had one like that was that big of a deal in a while, so it kind of made me feel good to get something like that. It had been quite some time. Oh, and for those of you keeping score at home, we still only have one usable bathroom. Yeah, still waiting on the insurance company. It happens. And this is where we are. That one usable bathroom. Oh, it's not too bad until all the kids want to come over, and then you're like, oh, dude. Oh, you're all staying the night? Everybody? Okay, yeah. This is going to be great. This is going to be fun. All right, guys, whatever you're sipping on, it's a Friday night. After I'm done with this, I'm grabbing myself an evening coffee. I appreciate that, Johnny. My dude. 29 degrees. Oh my goodness. I remember one night, oh my, it was crazy. We were filming Red Sands up in the California Highlands, Desert Highlands, and it got down to 28 degrees while we were filming at the remote location where Hunter and his brother Eddie ended up moving into. So yeah, that was I feel you on that, man. That was the last time I experienced that, and it was not nice. And we called it a night. we were like, okay, somebody's gonna freeze to death. Let's go ahead and stop this. Oh, but I did get some pretty awesome news though. Mike hit me up and he said that what is it? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Mike told me that Red Sands is now on Apple TV, so that's pretty cool. 3 years after hitting the big time, and now it's on Apple TV. How cool is that? So freaking cool. So that was a great update to hear about that. All right, guys, on to the first name segment of the show, the social media segment, because we're not just here every Friday night at 5 p.m. live. Oh, no, no, no. We are all over the internet, the interwebs, if you will. You can find us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at TJWIMZ. You can find me on Instagram at TJWIMZ, on Facebook and LinkedIn at TJWIMBS as in bullshit or bullshiza. And I'm also on IMDb, the Internet Movie Database that has about a list of about 12 million actors, and so they list you each week by how people are watching your stuff. Is pretty neat. Anyway, but they have almost every movie ever made, and information about all the movies and cast and how it was made, and it's really, really, really awesome site. Check it out. It's the Internet Movie Database, and I am there at imdb.me/TJWIMBS, bullshit or bullshiza for short. I don't know what the numbers are this week. I forgot to write them down. New videos up on X, of course, breakfast videos, but nothing else on the rest of the interwebs. Yeah, no, it doesn't get cold out here. I think last year we had 3 days of winter. And when I say winter in Phoenix, I mean anytime it drops below 40 degrees. And I think last year we had 3 days of winter. The year before that, we had 4 days of actual winter, what I would consider winter. And the year before that, we had the record of most 115-degree days and the most triple-digit days in ever. So yeah, it's a little bit crazy here, but this summer was so much more mild and it's been so much nicer. I've been able to run a lot more when my back allows me to do so. Man, we're flying along, and I appreciate this. A lot of chatter over here. This is great. All right, guys, on to TJ's Hollywood Seconds. You may have heard this before, but I'm going to tell you again, not a lot of news this week. I did find something pretty cool on X earlier. There is a Gremlins 3 poster out, and it looks pretty cool. Check that out if you haven't Googled that one. It looks pretty neat. And it's coming out in 2026, I believe is what it said on the thing, but I forgot to write that down before the show. My apologies. The other thing I got in here is Scream 7 trailer. A new trailer is out, and it hits February 27th, 2026. The Scream 7. Lots and lots of Screams. 7. That's awesome. What's on TV? What am I watching? College football. You guys know I love college football. And this has been such an amazing year for college football because yeah, lots of new sequels. Oh, the Running Man. They're making the new Running Man is going to be coming out pretty soon. So I don't think I'm gonna watch that, but I'll watch the old one. I'll watch the old one tonight because I love the old one. Yeah, college football, man. Last week, another six top 25 schools lose. Number 8, Georgia Tech. Number 9, Vandy. Number 10, Miami. Number 14, Tennessee. Number 17, Cincinnati. And number 22, Houston. This week, we have 2 top 25 matchups. 8, BYU versus number 9, Texas Tech, which means the top 10 team will lose. And number 3, Texas A&M versus Missouri. See what happens. There is college football tonight. Could actually, I think it starts at 4 p.m. It could already be going on. Last week was Memphis, but now I don't remember who it was this week. Once again, I didn't write it down. A lot of schoolwork, so that's what I want to go to. That's why I didn't write it down. A lot of schoolwork. Like I said, I didn't get the numbers on anything, so my bad. What else am I watching? Oh yeah, started watching other than the morning show. Caught up on that, and then waiting for everything else that's coming out this month, which I believe, what is that? Stranger Things, and then there's another one that I really like that should be coming out. Landman, I think, is coming out pretty soon with Billy Bob Thornton. And there's another one, damn it, that I was watching. I can't remember right now. Once again, I didn't write it down, but I have been watching. Make sure I say it right. What? I can't remember it. I think it's called The Story of David. I can't read my handwriting from here. It's really dark in that corner. And I don't remember what channel it's on, but it's great. I love it so far. Halfway into it. It's pretty neat because as we're watching it, they tell you the story like, hey man, we took some liberties. Okay, we're making a TV series. Well, I get it, all right, but my wife is literally fact checking everything. Did this happen? What did the Bible say about this? The whole time that we're watching the show, which is hysterical, but awesome at the same time because then you're like, okay, now I understand the story a little bit more and blah blah blah. It's pretty neat. I like it. It's pretty dope. Check it out if you're into stuff like that. Also, if you're into stuff like that and you're out in Phoenix and you want to go to church on a Sunday, my church is a 9 and a 10:45. Come over, hang out, we worship afterwards, go get some lunch. It would be awesome. And if we go to the early one, we could go to the farmer's market right afterwards, get some coffee there, some fresh baked goods. Oh man, we could definitely do that. That's what everyone do. It's cool. Come on out on a Sunday. I need a sip of water. Yes. I am not when I was a kid, I was a Stephen King fan. His books were amazing. My mom had every single one of them, but the movies were never as good as the books. They never were. Especially the one that really stuck with me was Cujo, because you can't really. It's really hard to put into film at the time. And I don't know how they were going to do it, but how what the dog was thinking. And there are a lot of things they change and stuff like that from the book. And sometimes, and the book just when you're in your own mind, it's so much more detailed. There's so many more things going on and twists and turns than it is just watching it right there on the screen. That's the only thing that I think is bad about reading the book first. Yeah, if it's that's why I like if I'll wait till okay, let me watch the movie first because and then I'll read the book and I'm like, oh, okay, now okay, I get it. Because movies, you're trying to cram. Say you're trying to cram a 600 or 900 page book into a 2.5 hour movie. You're gonna leave out. You're gonna leave out a lot of good shit. You know what I mean? So it's tough. Right there. Yeah, but it happens. But I know they're going to start remaking all of his movies because that's all they're doing now is remaking movies. And I believe there's a new Christine coming out, and so hopefully they do a new Silver Bullet, a new Cujo, all those. I would love to see them do all of those. That would be really, really awesome. But yeah, it's really hard to do that, man. To put a book this big into a 2-hour movie, it's nearly impossible, especially when you're trying to get into the mind of the antagonist, or even to the mind of the protagonist. Or sometimes there's subplots in there that are so intricate, but you can't really get into it because you don't have the time. And for stuff like that, I wish they would not make movies. I wish they would make TV series, because then you can explain the entire story of the book and everybody can get the entire, the real story. It's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. That's why I really like these storytellers now that are filming their TV series like it's a movie, but they're giving us episodes, and that's brilliant. And that has changed my whole dynamic of how I would even approach writing and how I write now, is because I look at it a completely different way. I don't do chase the cat. I don't do copy and paste. If I'm writing and I feel the flow of the story needs to go this direction, then we're going to go that direction no matter what is in the way. I will cut down a main character that fast if I feel it needs to happen. I love the Walking Dead style. I love the Game of Thrones style. If it's time, if you got to kill it, you got to take a person out in the story, you got to take them out. I mean, that's just what you got to do. And that's what I do when I write. And that's what I'm currently doing with what I'm working on right now. I'm not afraid to whack them if I gotta. Speaking of that, let's get one more sip and then we're going to move on to this week in film school. Oh man, we always start with computer class, and you guys are not going to believe this. So, well, the first part you will. With my computer class, I go to get help. I get tutoring all the time because I'm a bit computer illiterate, and so I definitely need help. So when I can't figure something out, I always go over there and I get some assistance. And the first I did 2 over there. I got an 83 and then 100. And then on Wednesday, when I was in class, I was like, all right, I'm going to try this all by myself. I'm just going for it. I did the entire project and just turned it in and got 100%. First time that I've ever been able to do that without having to, be like, all right, let me Google this. Let me ask this person. Let me ask this. Hey, are you on this? Where are you at? Teacher, please help me. Or I have to go to tutoring. This is the first time I did it on my own and got 100%. So I might be learning something about computers. I'm not saying that I am. I'm just saying I might be. I still only have like an 88% in that class. So I think it's the only class I don't have an A right now. But all the other ones I do. The art of storytelling. I'm going to start working on my second story. I think I'm going to do Hansel and Gretel. I think that's where I want to go with that. And then I got to do, I think, a personal story. And I can't decide if I want to do a story about how I became an actor or how I met Christopher Nolan. They're both great stories. I love them both. And I can get very into both of them. So I think I'm going to film them both and then watch them both, and then I want to go with that. But Hansel and Gretel needs to be top priority. And of course, I'm going to tell a very, very dark, like for real, a very, very dark version of Hansel and Gretel, because the origin story is incredibly dark. If you know anything about 14th century, the 1400s at that time in that area in Germany, and that's not happy, not a happy place. That was a very dark, very, very dark time for that region. Yeah, Google that stuff, bro. It's insane. That will take you down a rabbit hole. It is wild. But currently doing very well in that class. And then I have one more homework assignment left this week, and it is in that class, and I'll be working on that tomorrow. That is my morning priority. I got all my other homework done, which was awesome. I got 3 projects done, actually 5 projects done in the last 2 days. I was just on one, and they were all in my script writing class. So basically now we've written our short scripts. We've broken them down. We're almost completely done with those, but we started our feature film scripts. And man, there's a lot of stuff you got to do. The 8 sequences of a feature, whew, bro. Yeah, that really makes you dive in. And we made the cards for sequencing cards, and we've done so much stuff for this feature, which is awesome. I think it's fantastic because the more I can learn about how to properly structure my scripts, just the better they're going to look with my style of writing. So that's what I'm trying to do now. I learn how to do that and just make my script really freaking good. Yeah, I love script writing class. And this is the coolest thing about script writing class. I have a 118% in that class. That's how much I love that class. Like seriously, I'm digging that class, man. I love writing. It's crazy. Oh, my bad. Oh, I thought I was gonna go the whole show without hitting it. Oh, anyway, keep writing, keep writing. Oh, and this week we started a new project. So we broke the class into two, and we have to write a micro short anime, animation show. So we brainstormed on that, and then we get together in class, and then we'll start putting it together, start writing that. So that's cool, man. We get to write so much stuff. It's so dope. It was like when I was in my last production class, when like every week we literally made a short film. They were micro shorts, but there was so much fun to do that. And then of course, my fourth and final class of this semester is my cinema class. We finished Nomad Land, and we have started The Life of Pi. So far, it is a very interesting movie. So far, I think we've only gotten to like the first 15, 20 minutes of the film. We were watching the 3D version, and I'm glad I have my 3D glasses from 2 semesters ago. But yeah, I'm definitely writing on Oppenheimer this semester. But all these other movies, I'm really having a hard time of finding what other movie I connect with enough to where I really want to write about it. Because once I connect with a movie through certain parameters of like the theme with the artistic point, which with a element of of cinema, and then that's when my brain starts going, and I find it, and I go crazy. Like my Oppenheimer paper is going to be freaking awesome, and I'm looking forward to writing that whole thing. And I just got to figure out what other film I want to do my paper on. Boy, man, next semester is going to be so boring. No, I will never stop writing. And next semester, I've already signed up. Next semester, I am in script writing too, with the same exact professor. And my goal is to, if I can get in and get good enough at this script writing, is to get invited. It's invite only. They have a script writing 3, and I want to get into that. And it's a very small class. I think they only have like maybe 8 to 10 people that they bring in, and you're in there with the other professors or other instructors that actually make and create feature films. They're all freelance filmmakers, so that would be freaking awesome to get involved with that, to be actually involved in shit that's going to be getting made right then and there. So that is pretty freaking awesome. All right, guys, I'm going to give thanks real quick, and I'll be back for final shout outs. Oh man, guys. Hey guys, thank you so much for coming out on a Friday night. It was so cool. We had 11 people watching live at one time. I think the record is 13, maybe. Yeah, 13, I think is the record for a live audience. I really appreciate it, guys. Keeping the chat going. That is always great. It makes everything so much better. Boom. Stay blessed, all y'all, and I will see you next Friday. And I'm out this. What?